Hi, this is Orsina Smith, the conductor of the Philharmonic Orchestra of Indianapolis, the city's largest volunteer orchestra. As the Philharmonic approaches its 80th season, we thought we would take a moment to introduce individual musicians in the Philharmonic in our Meet the Musician series, but also, as we ask them to collaborate, we can put on virtual mini concerts. Today's concert is about trombones. Now, the trombone as an instrument or a group was around before Beethoven's time in the early part of the 19th century. And Beethoven realized that he could bring that big, huge sound to triumphant moments in his symphonies. So to introduce our trombone quartet to you today is our bass trombonist, Craig Parmerlee. Now, Craig, if you would please introduce each individual player, and maybe they can tell us when and why they decided to play the trombone. And after that, if you would please tell us the music that you're going to play.
Thank you, Maestro. We're a trombone quartet that has its heritage almost as old as the Philharmonic Orchestra of Indianapolis. This quartet has been in existence in one form or another for about 50 years. We go under the name Meridian Bones because we rehearsed for many years at a location on North Meridian Street. I'd like to introduce the trombonists in the group. On my far right, we have Cody Arnholt, who's been associated with the Philharmonic for years, working with our Strings and Jazzy Things camp. Next to Cody, we have Paul Bork, who's the principal trombone in the orchestra these days. Then we have Larry Lawhead, who's played with the orchestra on a number of occasions. And I'm Craig Parmerlee, and I have the bass trombone part in the orchestra. Before we begin the program, I think some of the trombonists might want to share how they got started on the instrument.
I probably started, like most of these gentlemen, probably late elementary school. But the thing about the Philharmonic that I remember was my high school did not have an orchestra. And when I was a senior in high school, I actually played in the Philharmonic. It was my first orchestral experience.
I started on piano, and because we got a free piano, and it seemed like the thing to do. And after studying piano for a while, we went to church and heard an evangelist who was also a trombone player, and I really wanted to learn how to play the trombone. And so I went to school and asked if I could start, and they said no. And finally I convinced the band director to let me start, and I did, and I took private lessons, and I wound up going to Fredonia State University in New York and becoming a band director.
I started playing trombone like these guys in school as well, junior high, late in junior high. And actually the thing that I think really got me into music in the first place was cartoons. I used to watch a lot of cartoons and Bugs Bunny, and also PBS. PBS played orchestra a lot. But I started playing more and more music in high school and college, and I realized I knew all of this music, and I couldn't figure out why for the longest time. And then I realized it was Bugs Bunny. So that kind of got me into it, and I stuck with it. I still love cartoons.
My story is similar to Paul's. I was told that I had to take piano lessons at a young age, at age 5, I guess, and I did not do very well with piano lessons. And the deal I was able to negotiate was that if I took up another instrument and took it seriously, that would be a good substitute for piano, and so I ended up on the trombone and never moved on from there. The first music that we're going to perform this afternoon is part of a collection of 3 pieces written by Beethoven. Beethoven is regarded as the composer that really introduced the trombones to the orchestral or the symphony orchestra world. In this case, he wrote several quartets, and it's in a collection that he called Dry Equali, or 3 equal movements. And we're going to play 2 of them, and the 2 that we've selected happen to be the 2 that he had trombones perform at Beethoven's funeral. So we're playing the 3rd Equali and the 1st Equali.
While the trombones are celebrating Beethoven this year, they also want to perform a work of the great American composer Duke Ellington. And what was that legendary jazz standard from 1932? It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Thank you, trombones, for sharing your Beethoven and Ellington music making with us. I'm Orsina Smith, the conductor of the Philharmonic Orchestra of Indianapolis, and this has been a virtual mini concert, a part of the Philharmonic's Meet the Musicians series.